GTA 6 trailer 2 has officially been released, and if you watched my last video, you know I said that this would likely happen. They got the bad news out of the way with the official delay. They are giving us the trailer 2, and then we have the investors meeting on the 15th. So yeah, it officially happened, guys. We got to see trailer 2, and it looks better than anything I could have imagined. Now, in today's video, we're going to talk about the trailer. We're also going to go into detail on some of the characters and story information that we got revealed on Rockstar Games' website. So we're going to talk about that and so much more, guys. We have a lot to cover, so check the video chapters for easy viewing. Also, don't forget to enter the PS5 giveaway. Those details are in the pinned comment, and let's get started. So yeah, jumping into the details about trailer 2, if you go to the rockstargames.com/VI website, you can see that the trailer 2 is right there. But if you scroll down, you can see that it says GTA 6 coming May 26th, 2026, and then we have the platforms that are PS5 and Xbox Series X and S console. Scrolling down even further, we see it says Vice City, USA. Jason and Lucia have always known the deck is stacked against them, but when an easy score goes wrong, they find themselves on the darkest side of the sunniest place in America, in the middle of a criminal conspiracy stretching across the state of Leonida, forced to rely on each other more than ever if they want to make it out alive. So if we scroll down on the website even further, we have Jason Duval, which they say Jason wants an easy life, but things just keep getting harder. Jason grew up around grifters and crooks. After a stint in the army trying to shake off his troubled teens, he found himself in the Leonida Keys doing what he knows best, working for local drug runners. It might be time to try something new. We keep scrolling and we have images of Jason. These are different looks at him, and it looks like his muscle density is increasing in certain areas. So perhaps, like we saw in the trailer, Jason is working out. So I'm guessing as you work out, you can become buffer or have a physique that is, less toned. And it looks like they're showing that variation, which looks absolutely insane. Like some of these visuals I never expected to see. Now, if we keep scrolling down, we see text that says, if anything happens, I'm right behind you, which he is talking to Lucia. The website says, another day in paradise, right? Meeting Lucia could be the best or worst thing to ever happen to him. Jason knows how he'd like it to turn out, but right now it's hard to tell. We see images of Jason holding an AR. He's got a phone in his hand, and he's doing some fishing, which it looks like that is him fishing with longer hair. And then we have this epic transition with Jason holding Lucia, and we can see her name, which that says Lucia Caminos. Lucia's father taught her to fight as soon as she could walk, and it says life has been coming at her swinging ever since. Fighting for her family landed her in the Leonida Penitentiary. Lucia has learned her lesson, only smart moves from here. They then show off different images of Lucia. We have different hairstyles. It also looks like potentially different physique as well. They then go on to say, more than anything, Lucia wants the good life her mom has dreamed of since their days in Liberty City, but instead of half-baked fantasies, Lucia is prepared to take matters into her own hands. Scrolling down the page more, there's a quote that says, the only thing that matters is who you know and what you got. So perhaps that is a quote from Lucia. They continue by saying, a life with Jason could be her way out. Fresh out of prison and ready to change the odds in her favor, Lucia's committed to her plan no matter what it takes. And we have more images of Lucia. Dude, I did not think this would be this big of a data dump, but here we are. We're getting a lot of information. We keep scrolling down and it says, only in Leonida, when the sun fades and the neon glows, everyone has something to gain and more to lose. We have a character named Cal Hampton, which honestly looks like Stavros Halkias, in my opinion. The description for him says, what if everything on the internet was true? Jason's friend and fellow associate of Brian's, Cal feels the safest at home, snooping on Coast Guard comms with a few beers and some private browser tabs open. They keep scrolling and we get better looks at, what looks to be a character like Stavros. Honestly, if you're seeing this character and you've seen Stavros, it looks so similar. And also that shirt looks insane. I really want that shirt. As we keep scrolling down, it says there are way too many birds flying around in perfect formation, which it certainly seems like he's the conspiracy guy. He's the schizo take. He's got the, the alien shirt on and he's talking about all these conspiracies. So yeah, he's definitely the conspiracy theory guy. You guys know that person in your life. We all know that person. The text continues on by saying the psychopaths are in charge. Get used to it. Cal is at the low tide of America and happy there. Casual paranoia loves company, but his friend Jason has bigger plans. And then we get to see a look at the Vice City skyline with text that says tour a few of the must-see destinations destinations across the Sunshine State, but if you actually click on the Explore Vice City button, it brings up a lot of new information. So we can see it slides right here. It says everything in excess. We're a long way from the 80s, but Vice City is still the sun and fun capital of America. The glamour, hustle, and greed of America captured in a single city. Each neighborhood has something to offer, from the pastel Art Deco hotels and bright white sands of Ocean Beach to the bustling panderias of Little Cuba and the bootleg brands of Tishawaka Flea Market. Out of the VC port, the cruise ship capital of the world. We get to see the Vice City logo, kind of like the Hollywood logo, which looks absolutely insane. We have characters that we can expect and NPCs. Yeah, it just looks absolutely insane. Like, there's another shot of Vice City, but in the nighttime. We have this image right here with a bunch of dirt bikes and four-wheelers. And yeah, aesthetically speaking, it just looks absolutely insane. So if we continue on the webpage, we can see a new character, and this dude is named Booby Ike. And it's all about Hart, the Jack of Hearts. Booby is a local Vice City legend and acts like it. One of the few to transform his time to the streets into a legitimate empire spanning real estate, a strip club, and a recording studio. Booby's all smiles until it's time to talk business. If we keep scrolling down, it says the club money pay for the studio and the drug money pay for it all. So yeah, he's likely going to be the owner of the club that we get to go to in the game. The next bit of text says top quality cuts. Booby might seem like he's just out for himself, but it's his partnership with the young aspiring music mogul Draquan for Only Raw Records that he's most invested in. Now they just need a hit. We get to see the Leonida Keys, which this is where it looked like Jason was at during the start of the trailer. If we click on Explore Leonida Keys, it says Gateway to Paradise. The dress code is casual and the bars are loaded. It says life in this tropical archipelago isn't flashy, but it's easy. Get your buzz on and pull up a deck chair, but look out, you're right on the doorstep of some of the most beautiful and dangerous waters in all of America. We get to see more images of what it looks like for the Leonida Keys. We have scuba diving. Look at the wildlife as well. Like, this looks crazy good. Yeah, so jumping back out of that page, we can continue scrolling, and we have a new person named Draquan Priest, which is the Only Raw Records guy that we were just talking about. And it says Draquan was only more of a hustler than a gangster. Even when he was dealing on the streets to make ends meet, breaking into the music was the goal. We scroll down and we get to see other looks at Draquan. We have a quote right here that says, dancers are like my A and R's. If the record's a hit, DJ is gonna be spinning it, he said. Scrolling down, it says, you're with the label now that he's signed to the Real Dimes. Draquan's days of booking acts into Booby Strip Club might be numbered as he sets his sight on the Vice City scene. And then we get to see the Grass Rivers landscape. Visit the Leonida. We're gonna click on it. And here we are. We are in the wetlands. It says, welcome to the wetlands, the untamable jewel of Leonida's crown. You never know what lies beneath the surface of this primordial expanse. The gators may be the most famous attraction, but there are far deadlier predators and weirder discoveries among the mangroves. We get to scroll over and we see a bunch of the different screenshots. Like, dude, these things look so realistic. It's actually just so wild. Continuing on the page, we have Real Dimes, viral videos, viral hooks. Bay Lux and Roxy, aka Real Dimes, have been friends since high school. Girls with the savvy to turn their time shaking down local dealers into cold hard cash via spicy rap tracks and a real relentless social media presence. So we get to see these characters in the game right here. We scroll down and we have a quote that says, all my dimes in this club meet my twin and make it a dub. It then says one hit away from fame, an early hit single with local rapper Downplay, I think that is, took Real Dimes to new heights. Now after 5 years, a whole lot of trouble, they're signed to Only Raw Records, hoping lightning can strike twice. And then we can explore Port Gellhorn. It says, live hard. This is Leonida's forgotten coast. Cheap motels shut down attractions and empty strip malls won't bring the tourists back. But there's a new economy in this once popular vacation spot. It's fueled by malt liquor, painkillers, and truck stop energy drinks. Jump on a dirt bike and hold on to your wallet. And we have different screenshots and looks of this Port Gellhorn. Like I said, this place is going to be pretty wild. It's going to get really K-Kona in this place. Continuing on, we have this character named Raul Batista. Experience counts, confidence, charm, and cunning. Raul's a seasoned bank robber, always on the hunt for talent, ready to take the risks that bring the biggest rewards. We have different screenshots and animations of Raul Batista with a quote that says, life is full of surprises, my friend. I think we'd all be wiser to remember that. We keep scrolling down and it says, a professional adapts. Raul's recklessness raises the stakes with every score. Sooner or later, his crew will have to double down or pull their chips from the table. And then we have another place in Leonida that says Ambrosia. This is one of the locations. We click on it and it says, keep in Leonida sweet. The battle for the health and wealth of Leonida begins here. In the heart of Leonida, American industry and old school values still reign supreme, whatever the cost. The Allied Crystal Sugar Refinery provides the jobs, while the local biker gang provides almost everything else. And if we scroll over, we could see the biker gang that will be featured in the game. So it's not going to be the Lost MC, but it will be a new gang. Perhaps the name will be Liberty City Cycles, or it could be the Final Chapter MC Club, which it looks like it says 1982 MC, located in Ambrosia. So yeah, continuing down, we have another character that is Brian Header, or Brian Heater, not really sure the pronunciation. With text that says, nothing better than a mudslide at sunset. Brian's a classic drug runner from the golden age of smuggling in the Keys. Still moving product through his boatyard with his third wife, Lori. Brian's been around for long enough to let the others do his dirty work. And there's a quote from Brian that says, I hauled so much grass in that plane, I can make the state of Leonida levitate. We keep scrolling down and it says, looks like Leonida beach bum, moves like a great white shark. Brian's letting Jason live rent free at one of his properties, so long as he helps with the local shakedowns and stops for Lori's sangria once in a while. Next up, we have another location in Leonida, and that is Mount Calaga National Park. We can click on explore and it says wild country, room to breathe on the state's northern fringes, a national landmark up against the state's northern border. Mount Calaga, or Mount Calaga, offers prime hunting, fishing, and off-road trails in the lush surrounding backwoods. Hillbilly mystics and paranoid radicals live far from the prying eyes of the government. This dang government. So yeah, here are the screenshots of Mount Calaga's region. It looks like it's backwoods, looks like it's hillbilly, so I'll be right at home. I'm pretty excited for it. Scrolling down on the page, we see Jason and Lucia once again. They're closing something. Looks like they're putting the loot away. And then it just says May 2026 is the release date. And it says available on PS5 and Xbox Series X and S consoles. So yeah, one thing that I do want to mention is if you look at both trailers for GTA 6, both of them are in 30 FPS. So trailer 1 is 30 FPS and trailer 2 is also 30. So with that being said, if we look at the visuals of the trailer and, you know, the fact that this game is likely gonna break machines, I would say that it will likely play at 30 FPS once the game is out as well. But again, if you just look at the visuals, I'm fine with playing this thing at 30 FPS. If it looks as good as it does in the trailers, then we're going to be eating really good with GTA 6. Now, I think it's also worth mentioning that we will likely not see any other marketing for GTA 6 for quite a while. We probably won't get another trailer or anything else until we get closer to the release date. It comes out in May 2026. So yeah, I wouldn't expect anything until like possibly November or even until January of next year. Their marketing window is going to be pretty short, but it's going to be pretty crazy. So yeah, the fact that we got trailer 2 and this website update is way beyond what I expected. They absolutely crushed it. And yeah, I'm excited to play this game. Let me know if you guys are also excited. Hit the like button if you enjoyed, subscribe to the channel with your notifications turned on. And until next time, this has been Wes, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video.